Yo, what up, y'all? So, I've got a couple of, it's two. I got about 2 hours. 2 hours until I leave. But I wanted to react to this real quick. But before that, right? So, somebody commented talking about, that I need some bass in my voice. I say, I can't control the bass in my shit. You feel me? He goes and on can control the tone of the voice. Bass and tone are different. But listen. I'm gonna make it simple. I'm not about to force my voice to talk like this. Feel me? So some nigga to like it. Nigga, if you don't like my voice, don't watch. Like I can't control my voice, nigga. That's my voice. I like my voice. But anywho, let's start this shit. This cause I've been seeing this going around a lot. I found the original video, but that shit is 3 hours long. And I make 28-minute videos go up to 1 hour and a half at times. So I don't think if I react to a 3 hour video, either I'm gonna be quiet as fuck, but I can't really do that. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. So here we go.
You had your daughter sleeping on a torn, broken down 20-year-old.
Like I said, I gotta get ready, so I'm gonna be doing shit, but I'm paying attention. I promise.
Mattress with pee stains and holes in them. Don't be sitting up there making it seem like your daughter been sleeping on a mattress like that. It took me stepping in and saying, get your ass a good mattress for you and your daughter sleeping. If your daughter not sleeping in your room because you're trying to do things in there, she's sleeping on a tiny ass couch. She don't have her own room. If I'm lying, please get on live and show your apartment to your followers. You want to talk about transparency? Get on live tonight and show your followers what your apartment look like.
First of all, it ain't women's.
Why is she coming at the? Why is she exposing the?
Job to try to fix this. What your job as a woman is to recognize what he's saying is the truth and you act accordingly. Don't try to change his mind.
Yeah.
Don't try to reason with him. Let him say, and he's telling you the truth. He's telling you how they are. He's telling you how they think. I told you men are incapable of love. Stop trying to make them love.
She's like, stop. She just like yells at me out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, and she just like yelling like, and I was like, I didn't know how to react to that because I didn't see that side of her where she just yelled at me like to the top of her lungs about like, God damn, like, oh, turn it off, shit. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, put your seatbelt on. So I put my seatbelt on because I'm like, okay, I'm in the car with her on the passenger side. I get real silent and I just sit there like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
Ooh, there is nothing on this planet greater than the smell of fake guru falling from grace or getting exposed in the morning. In the land of penis envy and misandry, I bring to you today perhaps the greatest case study of fake guru / grifter and reason number 6,842 why spaces just like this one exists to continue to fight for the truth, to continue to stop the spread of misinformation, and to continue to bring men and women closer together. You need to.
I'm so confused because I don't know who the fuck this lady is that was just talking about. Listen, it's not whatever he says is the truth, which is some crazy shit. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know who that person is. So
to share this video right here with every man and every woman that you know, because it is a prototypical case study in grifter, a case study in liar, and in understanding the psyche of easily tricked or manipulated women. Now, I know you're saying to yourself, what on earth is good old MTR talking about? Well, you probably do not know this woman, but she goes by the name of Princella, the queen maker.
Are you with the father of your child? Married currently?
Actually, yes.
So you're telling the truth that you're with the father of your child currently married?
No, I'm currently married, but I'm not with the father of my child. But he did just pick her up and drop her off. No. No, Saint. No, Saint. No, Saint. No, I did not lie. My husband does not live with me. We are still legally married. And he, guess what? Just dropped his daughter off here. He picked her up and took her to get her hair done. So tell me, what makes me a single mother when I have an active father in my child's life who literally just picked her up and dropped her off? Tell me what makes me a single mother. Are you saying that I must be sleeping in the same bed every night to be qualified as...
That's a good question, honestly. Okay, so his question is obviously, are you what? I mean, okay, in all technicality, let's take technically. Y'all not living together because maybe y'all separated just because y'all still married until divorced. I understand that, but y'all separated, so y'all heading down that path. So no, to his question, no, you're not what the what the you're not with your husband. You're not married with your husband. But on the other side, does that make her a single mother if the dad is involved and active in the child's life? Because if that's the case, the breakdancing bitch, the breakdancing daughter of the wife, yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. The breakdancing dude's daughter. Fuck, the breakdancing dude's daughter. I know who I'm talking about. They weren't married. Hell, he got a whole new girl that's way better than the old bitch. You feel me? But he was still active in the child's life. Does that mean that she's a single mother? And especially since she was getting alimony, child support, 1.8 million fucking dollars. The dad was seeing with pictures of the kid, because then dad told everybody, was like, okay, the daughter was like, the breakdancer, that you're a deadbeat. But after he showed the receipts, everybody's like, oh nah, he's not a deadbeat. So if the father is involved in the child's life to that extent, does that mean that the mother is still a single mother? By definition, yes, she's single, she's a mother, cool. But by single mother terms, is she raising the kid as a single mother? Let me know, because she brings up a good point, honestly.
A attached woman. Tell me, what makes me a single mother?
Ooh-wee. Do you yield the floor?
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, I want you to know that though I must vanquish you in the public forum, for you are clearly a demon as far as ideology goes, I want you to know that I see through you like glass. And
no,
what I
why?
see
because
you,
no, because the majority because
that's why you single. You talk too much.
Ladies, I told you that. I told you that women are commodities
Get
to
out the
men,
side.
and they mark their
territory. What you doing? Don't make me get on you.
All they do is collect you, and if you're not somebody they own, they don't give a damn about you. I keep telling y'all, men are incapable of love.
I don't own my wife.
They're incapable.
I don't think I own my wife.
Yeah, I was like, hold on, what you talking about? I don't, huh? This ain't slavery. My girl is a free woman. She could do what she wanna. Own her. But if I say I don't want her to do certain things, she will respect me enough not to do it. You feel me? That's what makes her my girl, my queen. And if she don't like me doing certain things, I will respect my queen enough and not to do it. The fuck are you talking about? This is like the toxic side of like the red pill. This is she every side, everything got an extremist to it. She I don't even know her, but she sounds like she's a part of the extremists.
I don't dictate nothing to her.
I'm not. Hey, my thing is this. I'm not really tripping about nothing he's saying, because all it does is tell you the truth about what I've already told
and
you.
I've been
He's
telling
only
y'all, a
confirming
man is gonna be a man. He cannot not be a man.
Yeah.
So is there resolution?
It ain't no resolution.
Ain't no resolution.
It ain't no resolution.
First of all, it ain't women's job to try to fix this. What your job as a woman is to recognize what he's saying is the truth, and you act accordingly. Don't try to change his mind.
Yeah.
Don't try to reason with him. Don't try to change his mind.
Yeah.
Don't try to reason with him. Let him say, and he's telling you the truth. He's telling you how they are. He's telling you how they think. I told you men are incapable of love. Stop.
Hold on.
Is to recognize what he's saying. Fix
I
this.
slow it down one more time.
What your job as a woman is to recognize what he's saying is the truth, and you act accordingly. Don't try to change his mind.
Yeah.
Don't try to reason with him. Let him say, and he's telling you the truth. He's telling you how they are. He's telling you how they think. I told you men are incapable of love. Stop trying to make them love.
Okay. Hold on. So, men are incapable of love. That's the last point. And don't try to reason with your husband or your man and just whatever they say is truth and just go in Charleston is like, yo, that's it. Mm-hmm. Fuck, hold on. Alright. If no. Fellas, let me know if I'm right. Let me know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I can't even gauge it. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. If y'all in a relationship, a healthy relationship, both partners gotta say, because that's just communication. You can't, if I'm telling you something and we're communicating back and forth, you have a say, I have a say. Now we compromise and meet in the middle, or maybe what I'm saying is better than what you're saying, or what you're saying is better than what I'm saying. But it starts with a conversation. So if you're just telling me, if you're telling me that you don't own your wife, but yeah, it's whatever you say goes. If I own my PlayStation, right? If my little brother comes over without me knowing, like, right? And he's like, yo, can I bring the PlayStation out the game room to whatever the case might be? Can I bring the PlayStation downstairs? Can I do this? He has to ask me. If I say no, he's not touching it because it's my PlayStation. I have full possession, full ownership of my PlayStation. I dictate what I do to my PlayStation. I dictate what I do to my clothes. I dictate what I do to my body. I have possession of all of that shit. I have ownership of all of that shit. So my whatever I say will go in that circumstance. You feel me? But I don't own my wife. I don't own that shit. I could tell her, hey baby, I don't want you wearing this because it's just the easiest shit. I don't want you wearing this outfit out. She'd be like, you know what, babe? I'ma still wear this out. Okay, cool. On to the next bitch. You obviously wasn't the girl for me. You made your choice. I can't control you, so go ahead. But I'm gonna find a girl where our moral values align. Where she wouldn't even want to wear some shit like that out for me to say that, hey babe, I don't want you wearing that. You feel me? And then to say men are incapable of love. So a nigga don't love his child? A nigga don't love their mother, their parents, their siblings? How does that? Are you telling me that if pets are capable of loving their owners and niggas own their pets or whatever, but if pets are capable of loving their owner, if animals are capable of expressing love, like this niggas that be keeping tigers and lions as pets and then let them go. You see the videos they meet 5 years later and they still. If animals are capable of showing love, how the fuck do you, if babies or kids are able of showing love, why are men not able to show love? What sense in your love? How does that make sense to you? If a man is providing for a bitch and taking care of them, he obviously gives a fuck about the bitch, right? Cause why am I taking care and providing for someone I don't have any type? That's just dumb. If you truly think men are not capable of love, you're a fucking retard. Men love harder than bitches. I'm dying on that hill. Men love harder than females because when a breakup happens, men just don't always want that source because we don't have no fuck. Whatever.
In my mind, I like to call her the stud maker, but a little bit more on that in the future. Before I detail some of the most ridiculous things she pushes to her army of broken women, let me share with you guys a little bit of history on YouTube. And actually, let's just say that this is just media in general. Because since the beginning of time, Even before the internet existed, there has always been an influencer. Now, some influencers throughout history try their best within the goodness of their hearts to deliver value, hopefully true value, to their audience that helps them gain more money, to become more joyful, more happy, to gain the relationships that their heart desires. While there's others out there that are better known as grifters that prioritize the bag in lieu of delivery of actual value to those that watched. Typically, they dive into this us versus them mentality and they galvanize an audience using extreme views that on a surface level may offer some healing to the extreme hurt that they felt within their life. Now, the easiest audience to trick between men and women has always been women. Why? Well, men generally need a lot more data to believe you. We're much more natural contrarians to information that we hear, whereas women are a lot more conformist, right? They are more followers on average than natural born leaders. They are also a lot more emotional type thinkers, right? Not really needing as much data as to men to make significant life decisions just based off of gut feelings or an astrological sign or a psychic hotline that they call to get the answer or the truth from. Now, of women, the easiest subset of women to trick and to feed the grift to is hurt women, damaged women, destroyed women, compromised women, because their already natural inclination to have a much more emotional nature is just far more easy to manipulate alongside their hurt state, making them much more vulnerable to any answer. So as long as you package it up and make it easy or nice to their ears to hear, often lacking accountability, they're in it. Hook, line, and stinker. Now, the internet.
I agree. I agree with that. But that doesn't mean that because some women do recognize that they're being emotionally manipulated and that they're vulnerable and type shit. So I agree, but some of them will eventually wake up to it and be like, "Oh no, I can't do this shit." But by then it's already too late. The damage is already done. So I guess I don't know.
National
But I agree.
Association of Hurt Women, as it relates to the internet, years ago were fixated on influencers such as Derek Jackson. He got exposed for cheating on his wife, and a subset of them were just confused on where to go next. Shit, this guy may have been lying the entire time, so they dragged their bloody and their withered corpses from Derek Jackson, and you see a certain subset of them attaching themselves to influencers such as a Cynthia G, who, by the way, championed aborting male fetuses for being male, and eventually, because of this rhetoric, was deleted.
Deadass? Now that is truly man hate. Holy, you know how deep does it gotta go for you to just that's genocide. You know that, right? That's genocide. Yes, you're not going out and killing the men, but there will be no more men being born. That's genocide of the human race. Wow. Damn. Extreme part of red pill. Fellas, don't listen to her.
Off of YouTube. Mind you, in the background of all of this happening, you have figureheads such as Kevin Samuels, who is holding up a mirror up to the proverbial faces and says, "Look at this. Look at what you've created. You are the active results of your life. Stop blaming. Stop being a victim. Fix this, and your relationships may get better." But after this other extreme man hater, Cynthia G, went down, they had to take their mangled and dusty corpses and find a new leader. And who was their new leader? Enter the Queen Maker.
All the male talks about is what he need and what he want. It ain't never about what he gives. Just listen to a male. Just listen to him. 99% of the people on planet Earth don't have a clue what love is. Love is not a concept of the heart. Love is a concept of the mind. And it has everything to do with your intentions behind the actions. So the male's intention of the woman ain't never about what's beneficial for her. Everything that he does is for self-gratification. Ain't never got nothing to do with what is mentally, emotionally, or spiritually beneficial or fulfilling for that woman, because it's always about what benefits him. See, men want to mark territory. Can you love a woman enough to let her go and do her own thing without you trying to sabotage it? Can she leave you and you be okay with it? See, the male wants to own women, right?
The newest leader of the hurt woman conglomerate, praising ideals such as women going their own way, claiming men are by nature evil. And it's just crazy to me that you have entire legal entities attempting to take down men in the manosphere who never get as misogynistic as what they claim, but you have misandrous man-haters galvanizing an audience on this very same platform. But it doesn't just stop there, because not only is she communicating that women should be going their own way, but she's also communicating that these women should be in relationships with other women. That's right. Form your woman.
Cause it's like, if you're a woman and you're truly believing every bullshit that she's saying, that you want to be owned, niggas don't give a fuck about you, whoop-de-whoop, they don't want you to be happy, why would you want to be with a man? But please know that's not true. That's not true one fucking bit.
Only community with me as the head of it. Hence why I refer to her as the stud maker, turning previously heterosexual, broken women all the way out. This woman was recently outed by another female content creator who was previously in a heterosexual relationship. I believe that she is a single mother, before being seduced in what she claims was a broken state by the stud maker, but exposing her as a lying grifter that not only does not practice what she preaches, but also doesn't believe what she preaches, but also doesn't like women and thinks that they're annoying as hell, and also exposing her as a terrible mother, and also exposing her as an alleged groomer with stalker tendencies, corn addict, and a borderline abuser. So guys, I know that this is a long intro, but I know most of you guys are not privy to these things, so I felt it necessary to introduce you before we go into this conversation. And do also understand this. I usually on my platform don't go down into the depths of YouTube to go over conversations of he said, she said. I typically don't do that. But how did I start this conversation off? The fall of fake guru. I think that it's important that we continue to point a finger at those that are influencers, but they live a double life. They do not believe what they preach, especially if they're attaching themselves to the mass.
Just influencers. I think everybody that does that shit should be exposed for that. Because especially if you're in a position like to lead somebody, that you have an audience that's following on your so cough cough pressure and fake cough cough. I think we should all. I mean, they expose their self enough. So, but yeah, I think all of them should just let it be known.
Psychosis of misandry, extreme feminism, and man hate. Without further ado, the entirety of this live stream is like 3.5 damn hours. I'm not going to be going over that whole thing. I'm going to be cutting this up. So if you want to see it uninterrupted, I'll leave a link to it down in the description box down below. It comes from this lovely young woman's YouTube channel by the name of BTaylor TV. V. So go up there if you want to see the whole thing. But essentially, the first 10 minutes or so, she's talking about how she met Princella. Essentially, they found themselves in a live stream lobby, began talking behind scenes. They live in the same town, and then met up for din din.
So after the live ended, we were in the back chat. And, you know, y'all saw she was flirting with me the whole time. You know, and then even in the back chat, she asked me, do you like oysters? It's such a lesbian thing to say because it's like, okay, well, first of all, I already had oysters.
Why? Why is that a lesbian thing? I could assume why it is, but I'm not sure why.
Today, like, that's crazy that you asked me that, but
Do you like
I did
clam?
post on my stories that I had oysters, so it's just ironic that she wanted to go get oysters. But it was just the way she was like, yeah, let me, like, you know, we live in the same city, let's go get oysters together. So during my birthday dinner that weekend, you know, I was like, okay, yeah, and I was unsure. I went to my birthday dinner and I was asking my sister and friends, like, should I go on this thing? And everybody warned me not to get involved with this woman. And they were like, don't get involved. But for some reason, like, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Like, I've been through a lot last year. A lot of people don't know.
Here we go.
What I went through last year.
Okay.
So
tell us, mama.
some people knew, some people didn't know, but it was a lot that I went through last year. Like, I had moved to a new place.
All right, I'm not going to go through everything that she says she's going through, but she was saying she was in a vulnerable state. Mind you, for any guys that are out there that have good intentions with meeting women that can go back later and say that they were in a vulnerable state, that's got to be scary because whether or not your good intention or your bad intention, you're always apt to be exposed. But that's where the lack of accountability comes into play. Let's proceed.
Actually, by myself a lot. That's because it seemed like maybe this could be a new friend. And that's how I looked at it always, like a new friend. I hate talking about last year because it gets me emotional for that and the part that I played because I could have been a little bit smarter. But this is not to say that I'm a victim because I'm a grown-ass woman at the end of the day. And I could take accountability for that and the part that I played. Because
I like that she's saying this, by the way.
I could have been a little bit smarter. I could have been wiser.
Yes, you could.
And I take accountability in that, you know?
Good.
I don't make the best decisions. I'm human, but I will learn from them.
There you go. That's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I agree with that, but if she felt this while she was with the Princella, I think that's her name, Princella. If she felt with her, then it kind of loses meaning because you still seeing some red flags and shit, and you still chose to continue. But if she just seeing this shit all afterwards, the fact, then okay.
Yeah, because last year was sensitive. So sorry, I'm getting choked up on that. You know, yeah, because I was actually supposed to be getting married this year. So yeah, last year was tough. It was tough. But I was going through this transition, and
I'm not leaving right this moment.
To say the least. Because you know, even the guys that I kind of was talking to, like it was a lot. It just wasn't. It just that is what it is. I don't want to go into that, but when I met up with her, you know, we met up to go get oysters. She was touchy-feely on me. She was grabbing my legs. She had her arm around me in a chair. She was trying to seduce me. And and she had her daughter with her. And I was like, I felt uncomfortable at that time because I was like, I only came here to have oysters with you as a friend. Like on some like content creator, like get to know you outside of YouTube, because I realized that it was a persona that she puts on YouTube. But it's like she bought Pimp and P with her, you know, because she was touching on my legs. She was trying to massage my feet, you know,
Pimp and P
in public. And I'm like, she got on her knees and started massaging my toes.
God damn.
And I'm like, girl, what you doing? Like, what are you doing? You know?
Massaging a young lady's feet on the first date where it's really not even a date, it's just a meetup, is really not no pimping shit. But okay, we'll go with it. Because pimping is never simping. But showing outward lesbian affection while your child is there watching is a red flag. But let's proceed.
Oh, and she just saw how men were always talking about me and like talking ish and coming at me. So she was like, and I was telling her some things that I was going through, living on my own, how my maintenance man was, he made me feel uncomfortable, how I can't even just come in and get stuff done without men trying to hit on me, like, oh yeah, like you need to get you, a pow, a pew pew, we need to go to the gun range together. And like, she was kind of like coming in, like she was really helping me, like, kind of like, I know you on your own, you a mama too,
like
and I'm gonna teach you some things, kind of like, on some game type of shit, but I didn't look at it like that because my guard was down because she was a woman, and I take accountability in that. I now know that women can also run down on men. Okay, so when we would talk, she would say things like, I learned a lot through Pimp and Ken book, and I was told the guy that I was cool with, that was a pimp, told me I would be the perfect madam. So that was a red flag right there. I should have took that for what it was, But I was like, damn, okay, like why would he say that he think you would be the perfect madam, And
perfect top bitch.
She was like, well, yeah, because why would I pimp women to go be with other men? Like, why would I do that? I guess for yourself, So then
it's crazy to me how much hate and vitriol that she has for men, but literally her relationship tactic comes from a man. You simply cannot make this shit up.
Live that y'all all know about, the one that everybody keep playing over and over again, of BTaylor getting money thrown on her. Let me tell you what that was. Hold on, I'm gonna let this, because I'm downtown.
So then she goes on to describe some type of other occurrence on a live stream where she felt uncomfortable. Whatever. Let's fast forward that part.
So after that live, I said, I'm laughing like, oh, okay, like, I see you're always on social media, you're always on people's platforms and arguing with people. Let's go out and get out and get some margaritas, get some sun. I saw that she needed some type of like grounding, So I invited her out and we went out for drinks, and my intentions always was just to be Princella's friend. I was not interested in being with a woman. Was never interested in being with a woman, but I wanted to be her friend. But when you're friends with somebody who's preying on you, it's not going to work out that way, So I'm sharing a lot of things that I've been through that year and what I've been through. I'm sharing things with her, things that I let my guard down, and I shouldn't have let my guard down. I'm sharing things with her.
Yo, females, question. Are eyelashes supposed to just stop like at the corner? Like look, you see how this shit is mad dark, and in the corner for shit to just on? Is that purpose? Is that intentional? Do y'all mean to do that? Like, why?
And then we have a good day.
Like, this shit look weird as a motherfucker. What the rest of the eyelashes? My shit comes all the way. Yeah, my shit it's supposed to go all the way across. Why?
So much to the point where she's like, what are you
look
doing
weird
tomorrow?
As a motherfucker.
Let's go and hang out at Dave & Buster's. So I'm like, okay. So then we went to Dave & Buster's the next day because she had so much fun with me. We went and had fun at Dave & Buster's. We went to it was some game place. I can't think, where you find clues and stuff like that. We had so much fun.
Probably an escape room. That's the only thing I can think about. Escape rooms are fun. I like them. It depends on the person you have to go with.
Right. This is where I'm not going to say grooming begins, but this is where it gets a little real, per se.
Okay.
It gets a little PG-13. A little rated R, I guess. I don't know. So we hung out that entire day, and I was like, when I was like, oh, let's go get boba tea or something like that. I wanted her to try that. So as we're there, I grab her like, oh no, this way. And she grabs my hand and just holds my hand and won't let go. And after a while, I'm like, oh, we're holding hands. Like, we holding hands. Okay, cool. We holding hands.
But so here's the thing. It seems like she's been an accomplice to all of it. If you really felt uncomfortable, you should have said something right then and there, or just pulled your hand away. Now imagine, wouldn't you pull your hand away like, no, don't do that. At least I would think you would.
I should have stood up for myself. I should have been like, nah, but I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of getting a little like curious. I'm like, well, okay, we can hold hands. Like, it's fine.
Well, you liked it. Okay.
I'm telling her I have to go because I was supposed to do a live stream that night. And I said, I have to go home. And she didn't want me to leave. We get to my car. I try to give her a hug. She gives me a hug, but she's holding me and then starts putting her head to my chest. and starts getting real close, like tight. And I was like, oh, okay. And I'm holding her, like, okay, she's holding me. And then she's like, you know, then she starts talking about how good it feels to be with a woman, how safe it feels being with a woman. And I was like, it made me feel uncomfortable. But then she's like, this feels so amazing. This feels so good hugging you like this. Okay.
Now, there is a subset of those in the LGBTQ faculty that makes it their mission to convert heterosexual people into homosexual people. It's like damn near a fetish. Now, at this point in the story, you're probably one of two factors. Either how could this content creator take advantage of a poor, weak, feeble-minded young woman, or you're on the side of like, hey, she
allows it,
rubbing up on you and you're accepting it. Hey, she's hugging you or holding your hands and you're accepting it. What else is she supposed to think? If this was a man that was doing these exact same actions and or behaviors, would this be considered grooming? I seriously doubt it. And therein lies the privilege of female victimhood, which she said that she takes accountability for. But this section is not really with the exposing. It's really just context. Let's get into the exposing.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, at that point, I'm like, okay.
Did you feel like she was grooming you?
Yeah, I did.
The lady off screen asked, do you feel like she was grooming you? Pay attention.
But I'm a grown-ass woman, so I can't say that I was groomed as a grown woman. Like, I gotta take accountability in that. I should have had, you know, I should have recognized that, like, imagine a man pulling out porn and showing you things that you can do intimately.
Good
but
point.
It would spike my interest. It has been. I've been celibate for like a year. So it was like, you know, okay. And we talk later on, and it's just like, I left very confused. I left very confused because it sparked my interest.
Because the innards turn viscous.
And then
Confusion.
we kept talking, and we was talking every day. That first,
Dripping.
I would say after that experience, I would say the first week or two of me talking to Pete told me she loves me. She deadass was on the phone. We was vibing to music, and she deadass looked at me and was like, "I love you." And she was like, "I really feel like that love bombing shit. Like, I really feel like, you know, we're a good match together. Like, I looked at our zodiac signs. The thing that she's doing now with her new girlfriend, like, oh, we a match. I talked to some psychics. P talks to psychics on a hotline. She basically has a app for psychics, and she calls and pays $200 to talk to a fucking psychic because she can't hear what God tells her, but she's so connected to the divine. But why do you rely? Like, I understand you get readings and stuff like that. That's understandable, but you spend so much money getting readings. And you're telling me that, no, it's a match.
It's not understandable. Some weird shit. If you really putting money into what a fucking psychic has to say to you.
No, this is what it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be together. And I'm like, well, damn, like, maybe we are. Like, yeah, it seemed like we get along. Like, it seemed like we match. It seemed like we mesh together. It just love bombing shit, you know? Like, it's like she mirrored me. And it's like she mirrored me. And so when we were talking, it was kind of like first of all, I've never been with a woman, never been interested in being with a woman and nothing like that. We weren't really dating. We were kind of like talking and getting to know each other. I was a little curious, so here and there, but she put it out there before I was ready to even. You did that without my permission. You pulled somebody out the closet without my permission, and you let all these people know. So that's pressure on me to keep this up.
So what she's saying is that you pull somebody out the closet without their permission. The only way you could do that is if you involve outside people into it. Like you tell her family, you tell your friends, you tell mad people when they didn't want that. So is she saying that she was fine doing all the bi-curious shit behind closed doors, but not ready for it to be out in the open, like, hey, I'm fully bi, or I don't. Let's keep listening.
Pressure on me to keep this up. So now I look stupid to the world, and everybody know my business that me and you may be talking and messing with each other. So it kind of at this point, like, damn. And I called her and was like, hey, my phone is blowing up. I didn't expect for you to say that. I didn't know we were like, and she was like, well, I'm living my truth and it's true. We are. And you can't be ashamed of that. Like, kind of like yelling at me, kind of like mad that I would even be like hesitant.
I wonder if that's really how she said it though. Like, was she yelling or mad type shit, I mean, nah, I could believe it after the fucking intro video. Yeah, I could believe it. I believe it.
To
My
it. It was
bad,
like, well,
shorty.
you the one who was saying. So look, she bought up her second girlfriend. So for those who are asking, what happened to Princella's second girlfriend? While all of this was happening, I even asked her what happened to Princella's. What's going on with your girlfriend? When I first met up with her, she said her girlfriend knew that she was out and about with me. But did your girlfriend know that you was touching on me? You was touching and rubbing on my legs and saying that this is an open relationship? I feel bad for her second girlfriend because she would say, oh, she's so vanilla. Like, as in she was this Hispanic and Filipino woman. And she was like, she's just so vanilla and she's just too sensitive. But that's red flag right there because I'm like, okay, so if we're involved with each other, you're publicly claiming me on your social media platform. Now your audience is asking what happened to the second girlfriend. I couldn't say what happened to her. I don't know. I just know that the girl mother was sick and P was like, she didn't have time for me. So the girl basically told her, P, go get you another girlfriend. Then P comes back and tell me, yeah, I talked to her and told her I found another girlfriend. The second girlfriend literally said, damn, that fast? That's also a red flag that I ignored, and I take accountability in that. I can't blame nobody but myself getting involved with somebody who was supposed to be in a committed relationship, right? And so then I don't know what happened because anytime I would ask questions about the second girlfriend, or are y'all still talking? Are y'all still involved? Because now you publicly pull me out the closet as in we're talking. I'd be damned if I be anybody's second girlfriend to, a situation like that. Like you just pull me out there. We weren't official. We weren't nothing. And you pull me out there knowing you still had a whole second girlfriend. And I don't know what happened to that girl. I just know that she hit me up and said, yeah, I think we pretty much broke up without saying anything. So you basically played that girl. You basically played her. So what's happening with P having another girlfriend right after me? That's the energy that I accept because I got involved when she had the second girlfriend. But I don't fault the new girl that she's with because, how she presented the situation to me, it didn't seem like, she's just manipulating women who are in a vulnerable place, to say the least. So I always kept bringing up the second girlfriend because that just did not sit right with my spirit. And she would get mad at me and be like, oh, you're just being jealous. Why are you worried about what's going on over here? And I'm like, because I don't want to be involved. We don't have to. And then the whole her being married thing, I'm like, bro, I didn't know you were still married. Like, and then you pull me out of the closet, like you pull me out in the public like that, knowing you're still married to your husband, need to refile your divorce papers. Then you got a second girlfriend. Like, I look stupid as fuck. And I understand that. I do. And I take accountability in it. All I can do is blame myself for that. All I can do is blame myself, and move forward.
Married to a man, multiple girlfriends, so many red flags, but you started a relationship with her. You transitioned sexuality while in a vulnerable state. By the way, gentlemen, if a man makes you transition your sexuality, there is no excuse, including
Nigga, you're gay.
including an emotional state that can allow you to hide from the fact that you are gay. Murder a man and you are forever known as a murderer. Lick an eggplant and you are forever known as gay.
My first experience with P's anger, we were in a car on the way to go eat and the music was playing. She was on her phone playing something and the seatbelt thing was going off. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm looking at something. I'm just saying, oh my gosh. This sounds like normal sounds for me. And P snaps on me.
Like the fire alarms in your apartments. Let's go.
She's like, ah.
Yeah, because when you're driving and someone's in the passenger seat, beep, 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 beep. That shit do get annoying, but I'm not going to snap. I'm like, yo, put on your seatbelt. Or at least just put it on. Clip it behind you. Wear this shit for goddamn.
Just stop. She just like yells at me out of nowhere. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, and she just like yelling like, and I was like, I didn't know how to react to that because I didn't see that side of her where she just yelled at me like to the top of her lungs about like, God damn, like, oh, turn it off, shit. And I'm like, okay. So she's like, put your seatbelt on. So I put my seatbelt on because I'm like, okay, I'm in the car with her on the passenger side. I get real silent and I just sit there like, I don't know what the fuck just happened. She see I'm quiet. I'm literally about to shed a tear because it just took me off guard that she yelled at me like that. And then she goes to say, are you mad at me? And I said, yeah, I am. I actually want to go home. And she was like, I mean, I understand that, but I get irritated with noise easily. Like overstimulation with noise irritates me and it makes me freak out. So I end up looking on the phone and seeing that she has a noise sensitivity. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just trying to self-diagnose her, and she apologizes, which was surprising because she don't barely apologize for nothing. So she kind of like apologized, but it was more so like making an excuse to the why she would yell and snapped on me like that. And I just, okay, maybe it's misophonia. Maybe she's diagnosed with misophonia. You know, I do now know that P is on the spectrum, has to be, because of how she reacts to things. Little did I know that wasn't going to be the last time that she was going to snap on me. Now, a lot of y'all know that we went out of town to Dallas. We went to Dallas, and on the way, a lot of y'all saw how we took a road trip and how she was talking to me. You know, it was like, you know, I wanted to use the bathroom at Chick-fil-A.
So this shit was like, they were live streaming all of this.
But she wanted to go to the gas station. She was like, no, you're going to go use the bathroom at the gas station. I said, I've never used the bathroom at no gas station. I don't feel comfortable doing that. I feel comfortable going to Chick-fil-A. That's just what I feel comfortable with. She passes up Chick-fil-A. She's right there. She could have just turned, but she passed it up and said, no, you're going to use the gas station bathroom.
I would have just turned in Chick-fil-A and said, here you go. Like, shit, I would have got me saying to eat while I'm out there. The fuck?
And her excuse was, I'm a woman too. I could use the bathroom as well.
God damn! Forcing your lover to put her ass down on gas station bathroom seats is crazy. Now, mind you, there's three sides to every story. She said that the young woman yelled at her. Well, you know, it's like, well, did she yell or are you emotional? But beginning to hear stories about forcing someone to do things against their will, so as if true, begins to unravel her personality.
How can you fight somebody on that? You used to date men. A man would have turned to Chick-fil-A. A man would have took me to Chick-fil-A. Yeah. She took me to the gas station. Somebody, if the bathrooms are clean, I didn't want to use that. You could at least respected that. Then when we in there, you know, she's like, and make sure you don't drink nothing either, because I don't got time to be stopping at all these bathroom stops. I'm like, oh, okay, like, can I get a Starbucks drink? And she's like, no, because I'm not stopping until we get to Buc-ee's. And that's in like 2 hours. But so I didn't even get nothing to drink. I just got a snack.
What adult can't hold their piss in for 2 hours? I can. It's only 2 hours. I'm not peeing every 2 hours. Like that's just not.
We get in the car, we drive. Next thing you know, I'm taking a nap. We're stopping because she has to use the bathroom. And I'm looking at her like, so you could stop to use the bathroom for yourself, but you told me that I can't get a drink because you don't have time to be making all these stops.
Yo, she don't give a fuck about you, shorty. She don't give a fuck about you.
So I felt like that was inconsiderate.
Yo, just for the fact that you're in my car and you're asking to use the bathroom, stop. I'm not gonna take that risk of you peeing yourself in my car on my seats. You want to go to Chick-fil-A? Let's go to Chick-fil-A. I'm gonna give me some nuggets and some fries. I'm hungry as a bitch.
Considering and selfish. She gets back in the car. We get to Buc-ee's. We eat whatever. We drive again. She stopped. Anytime we kept stopping was because she had to use the bathroom. So when we was telling a story in Dallas about, we was in a car kind of like joking about it at this point about her not going to Chick-fil-A. And she accidentally took a sip of one of my drinks and was like, oh, why is your drink in the front? Like, you know, the cup holders, my drink is in the front, her drink's behind me. But she got mad that my drink was in the front. And she was like, well, why is your drink in the front like that? And and kind of was like fussing at me. And I don't know if any of y'all believe that.
Yeah, that shit. Do niggas really? I mean, I know niggas don't, cause like, I understand if you got OCD, but then once you get your drink, you can put it in front. Even if it's like I prefer my drink in the second one because it's just easier for me to grab it and lift it up. Because in the front you gotta I just prefer in the second one. Like, why does that matter? And it's your girl. So what if you drink it? What? Maybe you didn't like the drink. It's a little ass sip. Just put it back and take your shit, bro.
I mean, believe that. Any of y'all saw that. Y'all saw it, but the live is deleted. Because I told her it's not, people started to tell you were being mean to me. Like, I think you should delete the live. So here I am trying to protect her from revealing her true colors of how she treats me behind the scenes. So I told her how she was like yelling and kind of talking about it and deleted the live and was like, well, I'm not going to post you no more on my live. And I don't got time to be fake. I don't got time to be fake. If we get in an argument on live, we just going to get on an argument on live. And I was like, well, I'm not that. I'm a private person. Like, I don't do arguments online. I don't do that. But she was like, no, if we gonna get into it, we're gonna get into it and keep it real. And I'm like, okay, well, that's just not a good look. And I'm not saying be fake on camera. I'm just saying that it's not okay to bring everything to the internet. So then when we get back to the hotel,
I find it so funny how someone who's so quick to point out toxicity in men is slow to see how they are toxic themselves.
That next morning, we talk about that again. And I told her how much it hurt my feelings. When I tell you, Princella starts yelling at me at the top of her fucking lungs, and she started hitting shit and like hitting the curtains in the room.
My bad. I was trying to see if I could find a clip of that live.
Yelling, flinging her arms. I'm like, damn, is she about to hit me? Is she about to hit? So I'm sitting there on the bed like, why are you yelling? Like, I'm not even yelling at you. Like, can you just talk? No, because you trigger me. You trigger me. And da-da-da, like just yelling and just going off. Like she has such horrible, horrible anger.
And they're saying,
it sounds like she needs to look over this section of the internet for tutorials on masculine frame.
Like, if this was a man hitting shit as he's yelling at you, this would be
different
situation. Very intimidating, to say the least. So, you know, we end up leaving. We was kind of in an argument about that. There has been other incidents where I triggered her because she was upset with me about something. So I triggered her and she would hit things. She would hit a table. She would hit the steering wheel. She would yell to the point of spit flying out her mouth.
The next thing to hit would have been the next thing to hit would have been your face, my girl. Like, this seemed like it's a pattern of escalation. Like, first it just started with her yelling. Then apologize. Then it just started with her yelling no apology over the most dumbest shit. Then to the point where now she's not even letting you use the bathroom, which I believe is a human fucking right. Like she's refusing your God-given rights to piss. You hear that? That's crazy. That's crazy. That bitch don't like God. So she doing that, and then it's escalating to her. She's hitting things now. She's yelling at you to the point where she can't control her. She dead ass can't control it. So spit is flying out at you. As this shit escalates, the next thing she gonna be hitting is not gonna be objects because she's not gonna feel no. She's the only one that's gonna be getting hurt. Like the object is not gonna say "ow." The object is not gonna be like no. Nah, it's gonna be.
I was like, what have I got myself into?
So did you leave right then and there? What you should have?
But when she fell out with Daryl, why would I want to go against somebody like that?
She sounds like
why
a
would
hyena.
I be brave enough to speak out and tell my truth? I was scared to say what or walk away from her, but I did call a friend. And
who's Daryl? But okay, whatever happens to Daryl, I'm guessing she did something to end their career, or they got some shit nobody believed them. I don't fucking know. But if you're saying all this shit is happening on live, why wouldn't people believe you?
Even before that, let me rewind back. For Thanksgiving, I did bring her to my family house to meet my family, and everybody got.
So after all this shit is happening, you still brought her to meet the family. You're a victim.
Weird energy from her in person. Nobody was like, where did she come from and who is she? My sisters was saying, I don't like her energy for you. I don't like her energy. It's something about her. And my oldest sister deadass told me, I think she's preying on you because you're at a vulnerable place in your life. You lost a best friend.
I would believe what the older sister is saying, because at least her shit is based on rational and logical things that happen. The other bitch talking about I don't know what the fuck she on. But hey, they were both right at the end of the day, so what do I know?
And you broke off a lot of people say engagement, but broke off my relationship with my son's father. And so you're in a vulnerable place right now, and I feel like she's praying.
I mean, you said engagement in the beginning, right? You said you was about to get married.
On that.
Damn, not the family members having to come in with the logic. Can you imagine the discussion after the family dinner when your loved one, who you thought was heterosexual her entire life, has multiple children that she conceived, pushed out, have been taken care of, was planned to get married to a man this year, but now she has brought in a woman to the dinner table, to the extent of the family members confirming that she is being taken advantage of in this weakened state, which makes her more apt for the bullshit. But wait, it gets worse.
And I was like, no, she just been through a lot in life. You know, when P gets on here and talk about her grape situation and all that type of stuff, that pulls at people's heart. That tugs at people's heart. That tugs at women's heart to sympathize and empathize with her. But she uses those stories to gain the sympathy from women, you know? And that's not to say she hasn't been through that. It's just like, because she's been through that, that makes people kind of excuse her behavior, you know? And I caught myself as an empath. I was excusing her behavior. I kept making excuses for it. So I found myself not being able to call anybody to tell them about P without it feeling, because every time I would call somebody about her, it's like they would be like, I told you, get away from her. I started even talking to a coworker about it, and she was a previous lesbian, and she was like, I'm telling you, BTaylor, this is not normal. She should not. She sounds emotionally abusive. This is not normal.
I forgot to mention this earlier, but if you were to ask the Princella woman about her history with men, because you're like, baby, your relationship with men is so destroyed. You must have a bad background with men. And she would confirm a bad background with all of these sob stories being taken. Like, it's some of the worst stories that you will ever hear, which helped me to understand that to be best suited to control hurt women, you would have to have suffered through the pain of a hurt woman, so that you can position the certain words, so that you can appropriate the correct dialect, so that you have the behavior that allows them to grab onto whatever bullshit rhetoric that comes out of your mouth. But unbeknownst to them, she's doing that because she wants to scissor you. Can y'all imagine if there was a male content creator that was telling young men, hey, go your own way, stay away from women. Meanwhile, they want to see what your hairy asshole looks like. It's crazy to me. That stuff like this is not getting covered at all, but we're going to do it over here. Let's proceed.
I definitely could say he was one of the first person's video that popped up on my newsfeed. So he definitely was one of the first people that I seen cover it. But what was I about to say? The whole the emotional abuse thing, right? I thought somebody called being emotionally abusive is something like saying you ain't shit, you never gonna be shit. You without me equals shit. Look at you, you're fat, you're ugly. Who wants you? You're disgusting. I forgot what show I got that from. But I thought that's what emotional abuse is. I didn't, cause what she's doing, like the yelling and stuff, the does that also consider as emotional abuse? Yeah, let me know, cause I thought it was just the whole the insult, the degrading shit, the manipulation, like like just making them feel worthless and saying that they feel and saying those things type shit. She wasn't saying none of that. So does that count as emotional abuse then? Y'all let me know.
I was just like, no, but I did do. I'm like making excuses of what I like. This is what I did though. I did.
Or is it just when you're not emotionally happy? I don't
Say
know.
this to make her upset, and I did tell her about my feelings. Every time I brought up my feelings and how I felt, it was a burden. It was anger. It was met with anger and like dismissiveness. And she told me, I'll never forget. She told me when I told her, like, can you stop yelling at me because that makes me feel small inside. And she verbatim told me, like, what don't trigger me to yell at you.
Damn.
Okay.
That's some tough shit. That's some tough shit. So is it is it emotional abuse because of how she internalizes it? What the yelling does to her? Is that why it would be considered emotional abuse?
Don't trigger me to yell at you. So imagine if this was an
So she's saying it's your fault.
opposite relationship, and that person said, "Don't do this to make me yell at you or hit things and yell." She made it seem like we got in an argument about her coming to my place because I didn't. She got on her live and said, "I've only been to her. I only spent the night at her place one time." No, I have not. I spent the night at her house multiple times. The reason why I didn't like to go to her house because she did not.
Now, at this point of discussion, there's a lot of character assassinations that's going on. But in the next portion, we're going to get to, I guess, further character assassination. But it's more specific to her lifestyle or how her public image is different than her private.
I only spent the night at her place one time. No, I have not. I spent the night at her house multiple times. The reason why I didn't like to go to her house because she did not live like a woman. She lived, and I'm not going to say she lived like a man because I know plenty of men who take care of their home, you know.
Okay, because I was about to say, what you trying to say there, Jody? What you trying to say there, Jody?
And I told her about her mattress. I'm like, your mattress is, it got pee stains, it got holes in it. Like, why are you sleeping on a mattress like this? Like, go get you a nice mattress. Go get you a mattress like mine or something. So she.
Okay, hold on. The holes is one thing, but the stains, and she has a child. You in the beginning she has a child, so doesn't that? My bad. She says she has a child, so doesn't that? Wouldn't that make sense, especially if they sleep together? That maybe the child wet the bed a couple of times. Or even when I'm sometimes fucking in bed drinking water, like some shit could happen and I'll just spill that shit. Imagine it could be you got a child. It could you would think shit is getting spilled. Juice, coffee, milk, whatever the fuck the child drinks. Child even throw up. So I don't think that's a but if you got and holes, it's time for a new mattress.
Her and her child sleeps on that mattress. So, you know.
So I think the things are understandable.
I also felt obligated.
But the holes, as long as she tries to clean it, like, because it's still gonna stay if it's whatever. I'm thinking too deep into it.
To step in and help her out with her daughter. And when I bring up her daughter, this is not to go low. This is not to make her a villain, but this is to tell my truth. And I cannot keep lying.
I hate that.
Women have asked, does Amaya go to school? The girl is 5 years old, going on 6, and have never been in a school.
Damn.
She was not getting homeschooled. She was in front of a TV all day. Everybody know that her child has autism.
Oh.
And the child has autism. That could also explain the stains. But not going to okay. Alright, so here's my thing, right? Has she not been going to school ever? Or are you saying she doesn't go to school now? Like after I don't know, maybe I don't know what codes. After what? She's saying she's not going to school now just because that's what you see. Have you known her for mad long, or have you just recently met her, like you said? So if the daughter has been going to school, but is just now going, but she might have more proof. So I think you shouldn't say that like ever, unless you really have factual proof that she's never been to school.
She has not got her daughter tested for autism. It took me saying, let's go get her tested for autism. Let's get her into this daycare program so she can be around other kids. So now she's in a daycare program that I have my kids in, so she can be around other kids and learn. She don't read to her. She don't teach her anything. She don't have a mentor, a tutor. She don't give her any type of school lessons. At 5, I think she's supposed to be at least in kindergarten or something. She hasn't been to pre-K. She hasn't been to kindergarten.
Oh, no.
She was just like, so.
Come on. Yeah, that's tough. And the fact that you had to tell her to get the kid diagnosed, it's even tougher.
She's behind on a lot of things, and she has she's on the spectrum. Oh. And also when I came in, I was like, I started to notice that why is it that your child is
hopefully the father of that child is seeing this and he gets his daughter
up all night and you're asleep. And your child all night, and it's that why is it that your child is up all night and you're asleep? And your child is up all night and you're asleep, and you let her sleep through the day. And when I asked you about that, you said, well, it's easier for you to get business done. I said that's not healthy for a child to be in an environment like that, because she needs a schedule It's not healthy for children to not be on a schedule. It's not healthy. And so I was like,
Could
let's
agree
get
with
her
that.
on a schedule. She yelled at me about that. She was like, I don't got time to be on schedule. I didn't even want to be a mother. I was forced into this. And I'm like, okay, I understand that.
So you take it out on the child. This is why the no abortion law makes absolutely no sense to me that it even got passed. Cause then let's say it's an extreme situation where somebody gets raped, right? And now they're pregnant. And then they're forced to keep the baby, to raise the baby, to raise the baby. You're looking at a face. So some people could raise that child fine, but on this off chance, right? Because it happens way more than it should. Like some people look at that child and they see the face of the rapist. Of course, they're gonna naturally hate the fucking child. They're gonna abuse the part of that child or neglect that child to the point where that child is not gonna be the best person in society. Maybe the child will be different, but you are a product of your environment. Look at the lesbian chick, the Princella. So the fact that you even in or another even worse case scenario. Well, what if it's a pedophile that assaulted a little girl or a girl that's old enough that's is old enough to the point where she can be pregnant, where she could physically be pregnant, but should not be fucking pregnant or having any type of sex. She's still a little girl. So what if a predator attacks that person and then they get pregnant? And now if they're unfortunate to be in a state where they can't abort the kid, so it makes no sense, bro. It makes no sense. Because then you can argue, oh, they're doing this to try to save the humanity from dying out. But how many people are really getting abortion to that much where humanity is in danger of that being the reason why we die out? Like China has a law where you can't have I don't know if it's still there, but they had or do have a law where you can't have certain amount of kids. Like I don't see too many babies being the cause of fucking or abortions being the cause of human extinction. Like you benefit so much more, especially
That. She's like, no, you don't understand. I don't got support. I don't got help. And I'm like, okay, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I'm a mother as well. Like, I got 2 kids. You know, like I got you. I understand, but these kids need a schedule. They need discipline. They need, you know, they need a schedule. It's healthy for them to have some type of schedule. And she yelled at me about that because she was like, you only care about what Amaya wants and not about what matters to me. I don't like schedules. And I said, yeah, but when you have a child, you got to get on a schedule. So when they started coming over to my house, I started making her child go to bed at 8:30. And guess what? Her baby was going to bed at 8:30. Her daughter now goes to sleep at night because I set her a bed schedule. I put some type of structure in her child's life. Her child is in school now, like at a daycare program. She now goes to bed at night, and I got her to start fixing her daughter breakfast because I noticed that when her schedule started, you know, she wake up through the day. When and a lot of y'all ask like, damn, do P spend time with her daughter? How can you spend time with your daughter when you're online all day, every day? Who's feeding her? Ooh. So she gets into stuff. She starts feeding herself. She had to learn how to go in the kitchen and make stuff for herself because mama can't feed you if mama's busy online.
Working.
And I noticed that, and I'm like, hey, like, you know, incidents where her daughter had 104 temperature. I'm like, take her to the ER. Like, you can't just, do you have Tylenol? How you don't have kids Tylenol at your house? Like, get her some Tylenol. Like, okay, she didn't have this fever for like a week. My little ones, when they have a fever longer than 2 days, they at the doctors. I'm like, take her to the doctors. Take her here. Take her there. Take her to the dentist. Why am I telling you to be a fucking mom to your child? Oh. That's why I felt obligated to also stick around. And I was scared as shit to just leave and break up with you because if you got mad, it was going to hit the internet. I tried to avoid all of this right here. All of this right here, I tried to avoid.
I want to let that section, those accusations, play out just for a little bit because I wanted you guys to understand how dastardly of an accusation that this is. This person supposedly teaches women all day about men, but in the same junction has a daughter that is 5 years old who hasn't had the world of education opened up to her. She's not in school, and besides that, she's on the spectrum, right? She does not have a neurotypical brain. When you become a parent, outside of your belief in a higher power, your child then becomes number one. You must sacrifice your happiness. You must sacrifice your fun. You must sacrifice your ability to make the most amount of money that you could in your life, acting as if you were single, for the love, for the structure, for the framework of that child. And if you do not have the ability to do that, or if you show characteristics where that is not where your mindset goes, if you lack those maternal instincts, then I look at you sideways. This is extremely dusty behavior to the extent of a visit from CPS. Let's continue.
And I knew if I broke up with you, and I have witnesses where I called them up crying and saying, I messed up getting involved with her and I don't know how to get out of it. I don't know how to break up with her without retaliation. You know, she didn't introduce me to her followers. I now am involved with her child. I feel hurt that this is actually who she is. You preach about men being dirty and messy and a house nasty, but you live the same way. You talk about mothers not pouring into their daughters over their sons, but you don't even pour into the ones that the one that's right there next to you, that's begging for your attention, that's asking, mama, please play with me. Mommy, please play with me. Like, it got to the point the little girl was saying, like, mommy doesn't like. And finally, when she got in front of me, she just snapped and said, mommy doesn't like me. And I grabbed her and held her like, oh my God. And she was crying. And she was like, that's what she's been saying. Like, and I'm telling her, like, no, your mom does love you. And Amaya, like, you know, I'm trying to tell her daughter, like, I'm trying to make excuses for it. I thought I was putting her, like, to help her with that. I've done a lot for Pete behind the scenes. And a lot of people that want to say I did this for clout, I didn't do this for clout. I didn't gain a whole bunch of subscribers from this. I didn't gain money from this. I didn't get money from Pete. He never gave me money. So I did a lot. So to say that I did this for clout is crazy, because I helped her with her hair. I helped her, you know, like, get her to mainstream media. I helped her with some interviews. I was her little person that encouraged her to keep going, you know, and she speaks about codependency, but
Look, so this is the thing. I wanna say two things. Is she, I feel like she's using the child. I get it. The situation with the child is fucked up. The situation in the child is fucked up. But I feel like she's also kind of using that as to try to get rid of the fact of not taking account that you should have just left. Then damn all that. Cause yeah, that does make sense. Like, you did the right thing by staying for the child. I'm not knocking that. But that's, if it really was that bad, you should have just left, honest to God. But also, this is why a lot of men try to stay away from single mothers. It's not because you have a child. At least I wouldn't think it's because you have a child. It's what comes with that child. You feel me? Is the baby daddy still in the picture? Is that nigga dead? No. If not, then he's a probability. It's a The probability of me and him having a problem exists because he's not dead. He's not in jail. He's there. You feel me? So that's one. Another one is having that emotional, starting to have a bond with that child. Cause why wouldn't at least if I'm with somebody in a committed relationship and they have a child, I'm gonna slowly develop a bond with that kid whether I want to or not. You feel me? And then if something goes wrong, I'm going to not only have to leave you, but I'm going to have to leave that child's life. So that's some of the reasons I feel like some of the more important reasons why men don't want to date single mothers. It's not because you have a child, just because it's not because, oh, she gave birth. Like, no, it's not because you have a child. It's because of what comes with having a child. That's the issue that a man has to face. Because you're not the one that's gonna face all that shit. We are, if we ever was to leave. Or let's say we're taking care of that child, and then you do some fuck shit that betrays our trust, or that you're just it's or the man could be used to the child could be used as a leverage bargain to keep the man in a relationship, kind of like this shit. Like it's a lot.
P was calling me day and night, all day. She just wanted to be on the phone with me all day and suck up all of my energy. But it became too much. It became too much. She would stay on the phone with me day and night until she fall asleep. And I'm like, damn, like, why am I so irritated? Because I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I can't break up with her. So this is before Christmas. Around Christmas time, we started arguing. And
Yeah, she owned you. She wanted to be around her position 24/7. Like she said, men want to own women, according to her, which ain't true, but she wants to own you.
And for those that saying like Priscilla pumped and dumped, first of all, Priscilla doesn't have a pedo whacker to pump me with, nor was she using any type of objects or plastic objects to do anything with me. So
okay, but that's come on, you're taking it literal. When they just say pump and dump, and in the sense that when you want to pump them, you just fuck her and leave her alone. She fucked you and left you alone. That's basically that's what they're trying to say. They're not trying to be in the fucking literal sense of it.
I don't see how you can be a pump and dump when you were a munch.
Munching?
No.
Hey, then you got munched and dumped.
Okay, just saying. Like that, and a lot of that wasn't even going on. A lot of that was not even going on. I was
Apparently enough for you to stay.
Genuinely there as a friend because I've grown to love and care about her and her daughter. And this doesn't bring me joy talking about this, but I feel like collectively women need to know that she is hurt. She do need a lot of work and help. She has anger issues. She doesn't really like women. A lot of things that I found out how she moves and how she's very, very codependent. She cannot be alone. That's why she's online all day, every day. And if she's not online all day, every day, guess who she was calling me? But now with this new girlfriend, that's who she's going to be on the phone with.
So the woman that coaches broken women to stay away from men and to be independent, not codependent, in her real life, it's not independent. And in fact, codependent.
Now at this point, I don't know what she's going to be doing with her YouTube because she basically said, if you're not paying me money every month, I'm not talking to you. You know, so there's a lot that I'm skipping over, but because there was a lot that happened, but people who knew before we officially broke up. We broke up, I would say, end of January or somewhere in January. We broke up then because we would get into it about the littlest thing. If I said this, she starts snapping on me, getting mad. All I did was like, I got frustrated about we were late to the gala. And I was like, oh my God. And she was like, well, what do you want me to? Like, she started yelling at me about it. Like, and then she would say, I triggered her by being emotional.
Why do y'all think that the divorce rate amongst lesbian couples is so much higher than heterosexual couples? When you have two emotional beings going back and forth, I can only imagine the pure drama of that situation. You gotta have at least someone to bring logic, stoicism, not just emotional irrationality. You gotta have that yin and the yang. That's what we were created for. Now you have two yangs? That's why they break up more often than heterosexual relationships.
And then she would get online and talk about me on her TikTok. Oh, I can't stand emotional people. When I'm just going like she was like making fun of me. That video that everybody's using to match up, as in Priscilla breaking up with me video. No, that was Priscilla making fun of me video. That was Priscilla talking about my business, and I never brought it to the internet. I never spoke up for myself. She would get online and throw subliminal shades at me when she was mad at me. She cannot take a lot of stress, and that's what she kept saying. She literally cannot take a lot of stress. So she would get on her, she would do things like, I remember the first time we got in a real argument, she was at the bar drinking. And I was like, we talked about therapy. I've been in therapy for 2 years, but she was like, oh, I don't believe in therapy. I healed myself. I'm healed myself. No, you're not. You're not healed at all. Not healed at all. And
the thing is, like with these cult leaders, and this happens in religious sectors as well, is that they will often bypass the help of professionals. And listen, we can all have criticism regarding therapists, but them being a cult leader thereby validates their opinions and ideologies and why they are right about things, which is why on this platform, we like to do critical thinking here. I never come across as I know all of the answers, and there's always things that I can learn more, but that's because I am in reality, right? Like And I come to you guys with integrity. The way that I talk to you guys online is the way that I talk to my friends in real life. There is little to no difference. Perhaps I'm a little bit more entertaining in dialogue in order for it to keep retention, but I'm pretty much the same person. But these fake gurus and these grifters, way different.
It's not to discredit some of the things that she say, because I think that a lot of things that she do say do stand true in a lot of truth in science and sociology, psychology, and biology.
Nope, she has you
I
convinced.
learned a lot through that. But I think when it comes to a point of her trying to persuade women to not deal with men, I don't think that that's fair. I have women who deal with men my entire life. My whole family of women are married. So when you say things like women who deal with men, I hope they get raped.
Whoa.
I hope they get beat up and knocked upside their head.
What?
I hope all this bad stuff would happen to them. And I'm like, why would you say that? And
why would you want to be in a relationship with that? Why would you want to open yourself up to such a hurt person? We need psychologists to do case studies on why women get so attached to this negative ass shit. I didn't even know that she was this negative. But damn, women that should be great. Oh, shit. The lowest of the low.
And who's the victim of all of that? It's not men. If a man rapes a woman, he's not getting hurt. He doesn't go to jail. But who's getting hurt from that? Woman. If a woman, who's getting hurt from that? Woman. So you want the people, the sex that you're trying to save, the gender that you're trying to save, to get raped and hurt. Okay.
got an argument about that, because I'm like, I don't think that that's okay to say those things. To wish rape on a woman for dealing with a man, to wish abuse on a woman because she's dealing with a man, that's crazy to me. And that's in your heart. And that came out. And there's a lot of stuff in her heart that will come out. And it came out in bitterness and anger and hate. Whoa. So I wasn't agreeing with that. And of course, me being like a boy mom or a woman with boys, you know, she wanted to play into that whole, like, she would get mad at me for that's why she always was going in. Like, she went in on women that have boys, but she really started going in because she wanted me to look at them a certain way. Whoa. I said, my sons know how to wipe themselves properly. Have you been teaching your child to wipe herself properly? My sons know how to get in the bathtub and take care of themselves. My sons have hot meals at home. Mm-hmm. Are you doing those things? Before you want to sit there and talk about my boys, are you doing these things for your child?
Hold up that. You know what I find interesting? Niggas like, hold on, let's really check. Let's check. Nick, right? So niggas like Nick Fuentes, niggas like fucking Princella, right? People like Princella, people like Nick Fuentes. Those people have platforms on YouTube and could do whatever the fuck they want. Niggas like Fresh and Fit who dressed in a goddamn KKK mask making monkey noises is allowed to stay platform, but a nigga like Andrew Tate is canceled and banned from everything. Because why? Because of some shit that was alleged against him, because they wanted to find some so much bad shit and it was found that it was BS. I just, the world is backwards, bro. The world is backwards.
You're not doing those things for your child. You have no room to say these things. You have no room to say these things.
Okay.
I never came on here to be perfect. I'm not. I'm perfectly imperfect. I think my YouTube channel says a lot of what I've been through in my life and what I've learned in my life. But I don't come on here as a savior complex. And I think a lot of women who are hurt collectively, a lot of Black women especially, we are hurting. But you got to protect your spirit and energy and what you're allowing in your life and what you're listening to.
From
because
evildoers.
When I asked her, what's the end goal? Well, first of all, when I asked her, what inspires you to write the 41 Shades of Men?
Okay.
She said, I lost my job and I needed some money. Quick.
She a hustler. I like it.
What? I was thinking as a writer, I'm thinking this is like a inspirational story.
It was a get-rich-quick scheme. You guys got to remember, in order to be a YouTuber, there's no test, right? Like, we don't send in a resume, right? Like, we don't have references. You just start uploading. You just start talking shit. The resume on YouTube is the subscriber counts, the view counts, and the comment section. We've seen a lot of these fake gurus get exposed, and their channels are pittance in comparisons to their highest of highs. The more of these numbers, the more internet credibility that you have. But that credibility is not correlated to the truth. It is not correlated to value. It is not correlated to integrity, because behind closed doors, she did it because she lost her job and needed money, while also allegedly neglecting her daughter. The amount of chaos here is incredible. No child should be growing up in any of this.
I'm thinking this
Not
is
at
a
all. The only person that's truly losing in this is the fucking daughter, bro.
story that, okay, I want to write this because I love women and I want to help women, and I just put it out there because, whatever.
Nah, bitch, I was
I
broke.
lost my job. I got fired from my job,
and
I needed quick money. She was a car salesman back in her day.
Of course.
She hung around.
Makes sense.
Been in the black
She is snake oil salesman. Makes sense.
Islamic Nation of Islam community. She's been in the pro-black community. She's been around preachers, pastors. She's been mentored her entire life by men.
Of course.
She moves like a man. She does not move like a woman. Yeah. She's been taught how to speak.
Hold on. She moved like a toxic nigga. Gotta calm down, nigga. But she can move like a man when it comes to the side of shit and whatever. But let's be honest, that's all she got. Just the business side of it. She flipped it to whatever the fuck she thought it was.
And manipulate her words like these men that she resents now.
Yes.
Any public fallout, she's fell out with everybody in her life. Everybody. But one thing y'all not catching and noticing, she never talks about what she's done. She's never talked about what she has done. Even now, she's blaming me for why we ended. I said, no, I started speaking up and finding my.
That's why I say there's two sides to every story. Actually, three sides. Your side, their side, and the truth is somewhere in between both of those sides.
Voice. That's what happened. And you could not control me anymore. You couldn't silence me to not speak up against you anymore. So what do you do with a person like that you can't control? You got to get rid of them.
The third side is the truth.
But so we did end up breaking up. So she ended up initiating the breakup. Yes, because I couldn't do it. I was too scared to do it. I knew that she had to be done with me for it to be a peaceful breakup, right? That's what I thought, right? But the witnesses the people that know me and I've been talking to, they know I've been suffering mentally being in this relationship with her as well. She said she was suffering mentally. I was suffering greatly mentally, and I was silencing my voice. So when
it's a victim competition.
Initiated, I didn't say, oh my God, why? I was like, yeah, I think that, you know what? I accept that and I understand that. And I called her and I said, it don't got to be no beef. We could still be friends. I don't feel like it's wise to bring it out in the public because, people have been wishing on our downfall. That's to protect you and me, And so I did that in a way to protect us. I wasn't doing that in a way to try to get back with her, but she would still call me every single day, all night, all morning. She would call me after her live streams. She would invite me to her Wednesday night Zoom calls. She definitely wanted me all around her. And I'm like, okay, well, we're not together. I guess we're just friends,
But then why would you not put her in a place of a friend? Why would you not set those type of boundaries? Like, hey, listen, we're just friends. I could see you every now and then. Can't be seeing you every single day. We can't be spending hours on the phone together. Like, why didn't you set those boundaries, especially after seeing everything that you've seen?
We could still hang out. But then it became a point where she wanted to be intimate. She wanted to do all these things. And I'm like, no, we friends. So we're supposed to be friends, right? She come to my house. This is when we're friends. We're all having a good time. And she kisses me. I'm like, I look at her like, and she just smiled like, oh, we weren't together for Valentine's Day. Like she kissed me and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So in her mind, we was back together. I didn't know that. I'm like, I didn't know we was back together.
If this was a man doing this class, what are some of the words that would be used?
So then she'll get mad at me again and be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I said, okay, Pete, it's cool. I understand that. I didn't even think we. Then I even told her, It's not like we together anyway. She got, oh yeah, yeah, we not together, right? And I'm gonna go online and to let people know that we not together and that I'm single because I ain't got time for nobody to not know because I'm ready to, make sure that I'm available to other people. So I'm gonna go on. It was like she was kind of like playing until she knew I didn't want it to be public. And she knew I didn't want no public backlash.
So anyway, the conversation gets real gossipy. I wanted to fast forward to about 30 minutes later when more information is revealed.
Hop from one chick to the next chick to the next chick to the next chick because you can't be alone. You don't like being alone. You need to tell people the truth. It's not good to be alone. Pete, you tell women all the time, don't choose men, choose yourself. If you don't want to be a lesbian, be by yourself. But you realize you can't be by yourself.
Yeah. Being by yourself is not fun. Being alone is not fun. Alone is not a cool word. No, at least not forever. It's cool to be able to be alone, but that doesn't mean being alone should be your goal.
Yourself. You don't like being by yourself. You're very clingy. You're very codependent. You need to have somebody on the phone with you day and night. You need to have somebody on the phone with you until you fall asleep, and then you need to have somebody on the phone with you when you wake up. You're feeding off my energy to write your Chat GPT book that you're releasing.
Ain't no way ChatGPT wrote that book and y'all niggas bought it.
I'm like, why are you selling that book for $30 when ChatGPT helped you write it? Nothing wrong with using AI to help assist you, but when you have
she a hustler. Shorty a hustler.
AI actually just write the entire book for you and sell it for $30, I don't think that's right. That book was made to help people and help women because the idea behind it was to help women finesse to not get injured, finesse turning down men and not get injured.
It's absolutely crazy to me that ChatGPT is hateful enough to to write a book. I gotta send a letter to Microsoft. Microsoft, stop the bullshit. A robot should not be able. This is the start of what's that goddamn movie with Will Smith? I, Robot. This is the start when they start to get intelligent enough to write garbage like that.
But now you said, I'm going to sell it for $12. I'm going to sell it for $7. It's going to be affordable. I'm going to sell it for $12. I'm going to sell it for $20. Now it's only $30. I helped you with that book. I sat on the phone with you when you had Chat GPT write that book. And now you're selling it for $30. That's not right. When you write something, you write from the heart. That's what makes a real writer. I know because I'm an award-winning writer. So
no wonder she sounds so passionate about that shit.
I know how it is. So that's an insult to me to stand by and let you do that.
But you did though. You stood by and listened to ChatGPT write the book. What are you talking about?
You do that. It's one thing to have an assistant, but when you have ChatGPT write something for you and then sell that for it's giving hustle. It's giving hustle. And to know that your book was written because you needed your bills paid. It's giving hustle. Although your book has helped many women, and I would never take that away. Those women needed that help. But I hope and pray that the women that do follow her are able to step on their own and have their own discernment. Because P is not y'all leader. I asked P, like, damn, when the world hits the fan,
you're gonna rely on men.
What are you gonna do? Like, these women will probably be looking at you as their leader and depend on you. And she goes, if the world started ending, I'm deleting myself and I'm taking my child with me. I said, what? You're gonna delete yourself? She was like, I'm not sticking around for this and my daughter's not either. Crazy. I'm taking us both out.
Oh no.
I said, you're not taking her nowhere. Like, you could do whatever you want to do to yourself, but why would you say that about taking your child out? Like, if a war broke out and the world got crazy, you ready to take yourself out and your child?
Whoa.
That's not normal. So all y'all thinking she's going to lead y'all to the promised land, baby, when shit hit the fan, she said she's out of here.
Whoa.
She's out of here. And then she wants the world to end. She wants mass destruction. She literally says that I can't wait. She would literally tell me, as of recently, I can't wait until half of this population is wiped out. She's literally a Thanos from the Avengers. She's literally a Thanos. Snap your finger, everybody, half of the population, more than half of the population gone.
All right, let's not act like if we lose half of humanity, the world would be bad for it. Because humanity, like, look at what the fuck we're doing right now. OnlyFans is a thing. OnlyFans is a thing, bro. Like, NPC is a thing. Like we made that a thing. You feel me? We made that an acceptable job. There's war just for the fuck of it. You feel me? Niggas is giving money away to other states when I mean, to other continents, countries, civilizations. You know, we're in debt. There's a lot of up shit in this world where maybe humanity needs a little restart. Let's try this again. You feel me? So I'm just saying.
And I said, well, what about the women? And she was like, it has to be done. It needs to be done for the better of the world. I care about the planet. I don't care about men and women.
Okay, see, I'm doing it because I'm saying it needs to be done because I care about humanity. Humanity is we need a reset, bro. At least all the reset, but then bad is a relative term. So yeah, that's why I said we just need a reset. Just be fair, get nuke everything. You feel me? But hey, that's just me. But if you're saying you care about the planet, you get it's not like we're starving out. At least I don't think we are yet. We're not starving out. It's not like we need to Thanos did it for a reason to save the population because it makes sense because the world was fucking it needed people to live to whatever. I didn't think he needed to do it, but he did it. So but he to him his was just fine. Hers our planet don't need saving. We're good right now. So far.
only talk to women because they're going to be the ones to care about they're going to be the ones to change the world. She don't do this because she like women. She talks to women because she feels like women are the ones to change. But now she's like, I don't think women can change. I don't think women can change. If you're not paying me, I'm not talking to you.
She also talks to women because she's looking for a girlfriend.
And the only reason why I bring up her daughter is because of my concern. Hopefully this video motivates her to get up in the morning and feed her, stop threatening to lock up the fridge, make sure she takes her baths, make sure she brushes her teeth and wash her face. Please take her to the dentist. Please get her own bedroom. You turned your second bedroom of your apartment into your studio and your daughter doesn't have a room to play in. And then you yell at her and curse at her, knowing has autism. You yell and curse at her for making a mess in the living room. And I take up and I say, I don't like you yelling at her. She has nowhere to play. Where is she supposed to play? I done bought your daughter toys. I done bought her a tea set so y'all can start spending time together. You haven't fucking touched that tea set because you don't spend time with her. You don't spend genuine, real time with your daughter. You're always yelling and cursing at her. And it's disgusting because that girl has autism and she doesn't know how to speak well. You need to be reading books to her, sitting down with her. You want other people to be a mother to your child, but then you want to tell other women what kind of shitty mothers they are. It's not right. You want to sit there and brag on TikTok saying my daughter sleeps on a $5,000 mattress. Baby, you had your daughter sleeping on a torn, broken down 20-year-old mattress with pee stains and holes and shit in them. Don't be sitting up there making it seem like your daughter been sleeping on a mattress like that. It took me stepping in and saying, get your ass a good mattress for you and your daughter sleeping. If your daughter not sleeping in your room because you're trying to do things in there, she's sleeping on a fucking tiny ass couch. She don't have her own room. If I'm lying, please get on live and show your apartment to your followers. You want to talk about transparency? Get on live tonight and show your followers what your apartment look like. Show them the bathroom, show them the closets, show them where you do your YouTube studio, show them what your bedroom look like, show them what your bathroom look like, show them where Amaya toys at, show them where she plays, show them where her clothes is at. Show them, since you want to have transparency, let's have transparency. Show them. Show them, because you have the money to do it. And I'm like, yeah, your next place, you need to get her. She's only 5. No, a baby needs her own place. And then I could see if it was a situation where you couldn't afford, but I would never turn the second bedroom of my home into a studio and my child ain't got nowhere to put her motherfucking toys. And you yell at her for getting her toys everywhere. It's disgusting. The way you treat your daughter is not okay. She's eating out fast food every day. And you can't use that whole single mother shit because I have two.
Probably don't make as much money as what she does.
Okay.
Still doing
they go to their doctor's appointments. I take care of my kids before I take care of myself.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you can go to your lipo appointments, massages. You can go get your teeth appointments. You can go and take care of yourself, but you're not doing the same for your daughter. So this is why I'm saying something, because it needs to be said. And I care about that little girl. And I stood by thinking I can help and change and assist and guide. But then you shit on a very person who's done so much for you.
Guys, I'm going to stop the content right here. Again, I'll leave a link to this down description box down below. I've chopped this up a great deal. and amount. If you guys want the full story, again, this comes from BTaylor TV. This is this young woman right here. But what she is proving is giving an inside look into the mindset of these hate-filled, female-focused content creators that try to do more harm to the family than good. What she details is a person that is emotionally unstable, a person that doesn't live by what they preach, a person that prioritizes her own selfish wants and needs over the wants and needs of the closest person to her. These are the types of women that will take out her hate of the baby's father on the baby. The treatment of the baby is seen as a type of punishment because this baby shares the DNA of the person who they no longer get along with. These are not good people, but they're trained in the art of influence, of people sales. She sold these broken women a dream and more than likely has become rich because of it. And even if she's not rich, she's made a lot more money than she was making being a car salesman. But this right here is a tremendous lesson of the blind leading the blind. Questions, comments?
Honestly, homie's right. He he makes a good point. I don't, I don't think I have anything else to say besides that is crazy. I said everything I had to in a reaction. I really don't think anything else hasn't been said. So catch y'all niggas later, man. Be safe. And be careful of the type of woman that you date. Be careful of the type of woman that you put a baby in. Cause somebody put a baby in her. That's why her daughter's in the position that she is now. So, with that being said, be careful. That's all. Alright, y'all. Peace.